Hi guys, it's been a while, but I have returned with another video. I do have an art tablet now, so I can do digital stuff, although I do plan on eventually continuing with the traditional art as well once I have a better setup for that. During 2019, I do hope to do a video about once a week, so you guys will get to see more of me then. I think really doing those sort of challenges are pretty much the best way for me to be able to get stuff done, just because honestly, I don't really like giving up on stuff like that. That's about all I wanted to say with that. What I wanted to be able to talk about today is something that might seem a bit oddly specific, but I do want to hear people's thoughts on this. Something that I noticed when doing my old videos is that I felt like my art was a bit lower quality when I was recording myself drawing than when I would just draw normally or like just in my sketchbook or whatever. Um, at first, I did attribute this to mostly the fact that usually when I'm sitting and drawing, I do pretty much have my legs up like as an easel. So like, got the sketchbook like on myself. I just sit weirdly when I draw. I don't usually draw at a desk, and especially because the desk that I had in my room, the chair was like pretty low. So I kind of got some like weird art lean in there. But once I got my tablet, I didn't really need to worry about that, of course, because I can sit however I want to since it records the screen. But a while ago, I was trying to record something for a video, but it turned out pretty weird. The anatomy and the proportions of it were just a lot worse than what I was used to drawing at around that time because it wasn't that long ago. But even like my cousin, who, mind you guys, is definitely one of my biggest supporters, like both me and my art, she also had to admit that there were like a lot of things that were just off with this drawing. I'll throw it up on screen for you guys, but it is something that I had reworked through several times. Like, usually when I am drawing, I'll just draw something once or twice and then that's pretty much it. But this thing, I like worked on this for hours and I just could not fix it for some reason. And the pose is like not that complicated either. Like, it's a relatively simple pose. And while it's definitely the worst case example of drawings like this, I still feel like just in like subtle ways, I feel like when I am recording, the art isn't quite at the same level as when I'm not. And I don't know if it's like some subconscious stage fright sort of thing, or if it's just the case of like I feel like I have to draw faster for some reason. But I did just think this would be something interesting to hear other people's thoughts on as well. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. If anyone else experiences this, feel free to just let me know down in the comments, and I'd love to hear from you guys. I feel like I can touch a bit on the actual drawing I'm working on here as well. Um, it was something I just decided to do the other day a bit spontaneously. Like, I was just listening to some music and I just got really inspired to be able to draw something with like a darker and dramatic sort of vibe. And I hadn't really drawn this character in a while, so I thought I may as well show him a little love. For this one, I did really want to just mess with the pose and kind of have fun and experiment with that. So it is a bit of a funky pose, but I do still think that it turned out good regardless. For the clothes on this, I did wind up referencing an older piece I had done of this character, and it was kind of interesting to be able to like look back at this since the other drawing is a little bit old now, and just like think of what was like going through my head when I was designing this, because I remember that I wanted to do something like more fancy looking, and that kind of just came out as a lot of belts. So, like, I don't know. I don't really feel like you necessarily need three belts per shoe unless you're a Final Fantasy character, but if that's what I felt like doing back when I drew this, I guess that's cool. And I just decided to keep it. Also, something I feel like I've been improving on lately is coloring digitally. I have had the tablet for a while now, but I definitely felt like I was struggling with being able to color the way that I wanted to because I kept finding myself experimenting and flipping through different ways of coloring, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Like, I definitely think it is a good thing to have different styles and be able to experiment. But at the same time, some of them just were not really working for me. But what I have found lately is it helps me personally to be able to use different brushes and shade differently. So you'll have really hard shading in some places and really soft shading in others. Because I do feel like something that I did do too much for a while is definitely overblending. Because especially when you're trying to do something realistic, you're just like, oh, everything is just a subtle change, but there is Still definitely a lot of hard shadows in there. But really, the last couple pieces I've done, I have been pretty happy with in terms of this, so that's good. And then another thing that I have been thinking is pretty cool with digital art is the whole overlay thing. Like, I haven't been using overlays really up until recently, but my last couple pieces, I do feel like it does add a lot because it does really harmonize the entire piece. But yeah, I do think that's about all I have to say here. So I really do appreciate you guys all watching. Sorry again that it's been so long, but I guess I'll see y'all soon.